So there's not a whole lot in it, but you get 200 watts more of output through Welcome back to Harbour Unboxed. Today we are doing a bit of unboxing. Haven't done that for a while. Few of you have been quite upset at me for not doing an unboxing boxes episode, but today I have the perfect excuse because in this big box here, this one here, I should have AMD's new Raven Ridge CPUs. If not, that's going to be a bit disappointing, but I'm sure that's what's in there because AMD said they've sent them, and as I said, it's a box from AMD. If you don't like unboxing videos, well then I don't even know why you clicked this because it was quite clearly stated it was an unboxing video, so that one's kind of on you. Anyway, let's get into this one first because I have a few other things here. I have been unboxing a few boxes without you guys, so I apologize for that. I didn't feel good about it, but there was a few things I had to unbox like that. There's a GTX 1080 Ti Trio over there from MSI. I had to check that out. Anyway, again, I apologize. Let's just get to it. It's a massive box for what should be just 2 CPUs. All right, actually, here we go. We'll do this together. Oh, I didn't cut that side. There we go. All right. Well, we got some sort of cardboard paper filler stuff. Sorry if that was really loud. I just smashed the microphone. This should be a spare CPU for something I need, but in here we are getting there, I promise. Ta-da! That is pretty awesome. I mean, it's just a box, but I wasn't expecting that. I was just expecting 2 much smaller boxes. We've seen the box art. AMD's already shown that off, but yeah, so we got this cool custom, kind of like a double motherboard box size box. How do I open it? All right, here we go. What are you seeing? Oh, more cardboard. Yeah, come on. Oh, cool. Little mini ITX motherboard. That's kind of neat. And we got some G-Skill FlareX memory. This stuff's awesome. Really good stuff, this. So that's a 16GB kit. So that's worth a bit of money these days. And there we go. That's what I was expecting in there, just these two. But AMD have once again outdone themselves with the unboxing experience. That's a very cool box, but I don't think I'm going to fit it on my wall of boxes. But anyway, we'll sit it off to the side for the moment. Try to knock everything off. AMD look to have provided a nice little USB stick, AMD branded, Ryzen sort of coloured themed. That'll no doubt have drivers and things on it. Alright, so this is a B350 motherboard, the Gigabyte Gaming Wi-Fi. I won't go over this too much, but a neat little B350 motherboard there. We looked at one from Asrock that we did in a build. I might do something with this board as well and test it out. And anyway, that's probably not why you guys are here, so let's get to that. I'll move the memory aside as well because we've also checked out that memory on the channel. So, the Raven Ridge processors. We have the Ryzen 3 2200G and the Ryzen 5 2400G. Just for reference, here is a typical Ryzen 3 box, and there is the Ryzen 3 2200G box. So as you can see, very similar deal, except this one does have the Vega GPU or the Vega graphics on board, and you get this nice little silver trim at the top, and one there as well that signifies that. So yeah. And then, of course, we have a little label up here that says it's an AMD Ryzen 3 2200G processor with Vega graphics. So, 4-core processor, 3.7 GHz max boost, 3.5 GHz base, and you get a cooler inside, as expected, given the size of the box. Ryzen 5 version, very similar to the Ryzen 5 1400 box, for example. So, let's open them up and see what's inside. I suspect a processor and a cooler, and it will look very similar to what we've seen before, but hey, it's kind of new. Alright, we'll start with the 2200G. So yes, Wraith Stealth Cooler, exactly the same as the one we got with the Ryzen 3 1200, for example. So let's put that back over there. Has a pre-applied TIM, so that's nice. One time only deal that. But yeah, so there you go, Wraith Stealth Cooler and the CPU. The CPU looks pretty much like what you'd expect. It says Ryzen 3 2200G. So yeah, Ryzen 3 2200G. Can't show any benchmarks yet. They will be coming on the 12th, or for Australian viewers, that will be the 13th at 1 AM. So, don't know how keen you are to start and see those benchmark results, but if you are, that's when the video will be live. And then we have the Ryzen 5 2400G. Again, we get the Wraith Stealth Cooler, so same deal on the cooler front. And then the CPU itself also looks very much the same, except it says 2400G. So there you go, Ryzen 5 2400G. So that pretty much concludes the unboxing experience. Yeah, not terribly different to what we did with Ryzen 7, 5, 3, and now Raven Ridge, Ryzen 3 and 5 again. Just to go over it quickly, the Ryzen 5 2400G, that will cost you $170 US, should be about $210 Australian, has 4 cores, 8 threads, a 3.6 GHz base frequency, 3.9 GHz boost frequency, 2 MB of L2 cache, 4 MB of L3 cache, Vega 11 GPU, which has 704 SPUs, and they operate at 1250 MHz, DDR4 2933 memory, and again, that will be February 12th, or February 13th if you're in Australia. And then we have the Ryzen 3 2200G, $100 US, $140 Australian, 4 cores, 4 threads, 3.5 GHz base, 3.7 GHz boost, 2 MB L2 cache, 4 MB L3 cache, Vega 8, 512 SPUs, and they operate at 1100 MHz with DDR, and yeah, then it supports DDR4 2933 memory. So yeah, as far as the unboxing goes, a little bit uneventful. The box that AMD sent all the stuff in was probably the highlight. Pretty cool. I mean, these are cool. I can't wait to test them out, and I'm really keen to see what the 2400G has to offer. I think this is going to be a super chip, especially with the way graphics card pricing is at the moment. So that could be a really cool chip on a mini ITX motherboard like that, and a tiny little PC could be an awesome little gaming rig. Very cost effective. So yeah, keen to do the benchmarks. You'll see those next week. But that pretty much concludes the unboxing portion of our Raven Ridge coverage. We have a couple of other cool products to look at, and I think I might have something pretty cool to me anyway, and the guys have been following the channel, it might be pretty cool as well. So we'll get to that eventually. For those wondering, this is just a Ryzen 3 1300X CPU. I was having a few issues with the one that I have, so AMD sent out another one for testing. So I won't bother showing you that. Alright, let's I'll clear off this last box to my left. We'll see what's inside. Alright, I have no idea what we have here at all, so... okay, I wasn't expecting that. It is the new X399 Taichi, or the X399M Taichi. The M signifying micro ATX. So this is, I believe, the first and possibly the only micro ATX X399 motherboard in existence right now. Okay, luckily it's well padded. This looks quite comical, the TR4 socket on a micro ATX motherboard. So there we go, that is still a very large socket, looks even larger on a motherboard of this size. Impressively large. We still have quad channel memory support, a huge VRM heat sinks, so that's good. They're sort of finned, so They should work reasonably well. We'll obviously test that out. I do plan to do a build with this, a micro ATX Threadripper build, so that'll be a bit special. We have 3 M.2 slots, so they're one of the SSDs will be up that way, one will go down that way, and then one will go across there. We have 3 PCI Express ×16 slots, and as you would expect with a CPU with 60 available PCI Express lanes, all 3 of them are wired to ×16 bandwidth. So we've got 8 SATA ports, there is a U.2 port, it looks like we have a pair of USB 3.0 headers, a couple of legacy USB 2s there. They've got their Purity Sound 4 on board, that'll be probably an ALC 1220 codec. Looks like the CPU has a 4-pin and an 8-pin power input, so that's good. And then around at the I/O end, we have 8 USB 3.0s, then a 3.1 with a Type-C as well, so 3.1 Type-A and Type-C. Dual gigabit Ethernet, you got your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. There is a BIOS flashback button, legacy PS2 port, 5 audio jacks, optical audio out. Yeah, so really well stocked mini ITX board there. It's also really heavy because of that TR4 socket. Yeah, nothing really on the back to speak of. No M.2s or anything tucked away there. But yeah, very cool motherboard. I have really no information about this board at all. I didn't know it was incoming, so I don't know the price. Just had a quick look. Can't actually find any information. It's not on sale yet. It doesn't even appear to be on the Asrock website at the point of making this video. So it'll no doubt pop up any day now, any moment now. But yeah, that's that. It comes with a pair of screws for, well, 2 screws for the M.2 slots, so only 2, not 3. A pair of antenna, one for the Wi-Fi, one for the Bluetooth. Quick start guide, driver CD, and a full-on manual. You get 4 SATA cables. It looks like we've got a double slot SLI connector, then okay, so this one will allow you to go, they're both high bandwidth bridges. This will allow you to go over a single slot and this one a double slot. So yeah, for those of you taking advantage of SLI on this little board. And of course we have an IO shield, so pretty standard stuff there. But yeah, very cool board, and I will be doing a build in a case that's under embargo. So a case I can't talk about, but I have a cool micro ATX case that I will be doing a build in the not too distant future. Well, we've got some pretty cool AMD related products so far. What's in this? Got another big box. This one's probably the heaviest box that we've got so far. Ah, yes, okay. Right, so in the last episode of Unboxing Boxes, it was kind of like Christmas present special. A few companies had sent us varying Christmas present typey things. Nvidia sent some wooden Christmas ornaments. So, yeah, got some interesting stuff. Corsair had sent this in time, and I missed it. It was under a heap of boxes and I only recently discovered it. So, yeah, sorry Corsair. Let's see what you sent me. Come on, you're a professional. You can do it. Oh, there we go, worked it out. Okay, so we got a Corsair catalog. So I can pick out all the things I want for builds and whatnot, so that's convenient. We got a little letter here, or I think they're called Christmas cards, I don't know. Happy holidays, wishing you all the best for 2018 from everyone at Corsair. Well, thank you everyone at Corsair. I'll put that with all my other Christmas cards. Yeah, it looks like we do have some goodies in here. We have a K70 RGB, woo, SE keyboard in white. Damn. Or silver. Not sure. We'll find out in a moment. That looks very cool. Then we have some stuff here that would make a lot of mess. Okay, we have a Corsair cap. It goes with my now I've got an Asrock cap. I got that in the last episode. I could have got 2 caps in the last episode, but I've spread them out across 2, so that's kind of nice. We have, is this a RGB headphone stand? I think it is. And we have something else in here. Okay. It's making a huge mess. Okay, so, yep, we have the ST100 RGB, a headphone stand. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll be able to put my headphones on there, and even though my headphones aren't RGB, now they'll kind of feel like, you know, they're modern and have a bit of RGB flair to them. So that's very nice. What's in this little box? Oh, if I had got to this a bit earlier, my Christmas tree would have been complete. Well, I'm going to hang that somewhere in the office until Christmas 2018, and we'll be able to use it. It's kind of hypnotizing. Okay. There we go. Very nice. Thank you, Corsair, for that. Except I'm going to need to vacuum after this episode. Oh wow, that's a cool looking keyboard. I'll get some B-roll of that. But yeah, white keycaps, silver aluminium backing. That looks very fancy indeed. And if you're after a white keyboard with a bit of flair, this will probably serve you nicely. Okay. Alright, we're getting there. We are getting there. Ooh, we have a new keyboard from Cooler Master, the Master Keys MK750. So for those of you wondering, this keyboard should be selling for $150 US, and that works out to be about $180 Australian. And the model I have comes with Cherry MX blue switches. And I believe this is an all RGB affair, and you even get an RGB light bar, so that's pretty cool. I'll throw up some B-roll of that so you guys can see it in all of its RGB glory. I think the light bar, though, is across the front here, behind. So I think it's in this glossy strip, which you might not be able to see with that there, unless it runs across the top there. Anyway, you'll have your answer probably by the time you hear this and me waffling on, because I'll provide B-roll, so you know what I don't yet know. Which probably isn't that surprising to a lot of you. Definitely blue switches. Cooler Master say it's a minimalistic design with floating keys, and I would agree with that. Very minimalistic indeed. Minimalistic. Has a removable soft wrist rest, which it is nice and soft on top, and I would say it feels quite nice. Yep, it feels quite nice. I like that. And it does have a removable cable with a Type-C connector, Type-A at the other end. It is a braided cable, so that's nice. So it's shaping up to be quite a nice keyboard at this price point. We've got some dedicated multimedia keys, and they're backlit, so when the keyboard is, well, not lit up, you can't actually tell what they are. That's kind of neat. The anodized aluminium top plate feels really nice and looks really nice. Should be quite easy to clean, even though we do have floating keys here. And yeah, I really love this removable sort of leatherette wrist rest, and the magnetic attachment's awesome. It moves with the keyboard really well. I'll get this out of the way. You guys can see that. But yeah, it moves with the keyboard really well, and that's awesome. I really like that. Yeah, and then the feet, they raise it up that's actually nice. That's a good angle. I like that. Gee, I really like this keyboard. I'm keen to give this a good go. So, $150 US. I obviously haven't tested it properly yet, but for $150 US, it seems like it's a really well built, really well featured keyboard, so should be quite competitive, this. But yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think about it in the comments below. And of course, by now you would have seen the B-roll, which I'm yet to see, but hopefully it looks very impressive all lit up. And the bar down the bottom also looks cool with the wrist rest in place. All right, so that's that down. We have something else to look at, of course. In all of my excitement to get to the Raven Ridge CPUs, I completely forgot there was another big box. So we'll put the Lego box, which I'm sure isn't Lego, on pause, and this one, and we'll tackle this big heavy box and see what's inside. Alright. Ooh, got some cool stuff here. Up. Stay. Alright, I finally have got my hands on the Enermax Liquid Tech. It is the TR4 280mm all-in-one liquid cooler. Basically, it's an all-in-one design specifically for Threadripper CPU, so it has complete 100% TR4 coverage, or the heat spreader coverage on the big Threadripper CPUs. That sucker there. So let's take a quick look at that. I will be testing this on the channel. I will be using it in a build, so I won't go into too much detail right now, other than to say that it costs $140 US, and I have no idea what it costs in Australia because it isn't currently on sale here. Some big 140mm fans. The star of the show, this huge all-in-one, or this huge water block I should say, with pump. So the block has a nice glossy black finish on top with the Enermax name. And then this is where the magic happens. We have 100% STR4 IHS coverage here. So as you can see, a just massive copper cold plate there. So that'll work hopefully really well. So keen to test that out. This radiator looks really nice. I love the aluminium sort of trimmings that are screwed onto the side there. They look pretty fancy. Probably won't see them in a lot of cases, but if you do happen to see them, they look really nice. Much better than the sort of standard sides you see on the radiators. And we've got some nice sleeved hoses, which are nice and flexible. Very flexible, actually. So that's good. Then we have a nice pair of big 140mm fans. So they will push plenty of air through that radiator. But yeah, as I said, I won't go on about this too much because I do plan to install this and show it off in a build and test it shortly. I might even be using it with that Micro ATX motherboard, so that would actually be a really cool combo. And then we have the Platinum DF power supply. So, or Platimax DF Platinum power supply. And that is rated for 1200 watts, 5-year warranty, and as you would imagine, the Platinum, or the 80 plus Platinum certified rating, means that it's 89 to 93% efficient at 20 to 100% load. And this box is incredibly heavy. So let's get into it. Probably, well, I don't know if I'd say the coolest thing, but a very cool thing about this, other than the fact that it has a 1200 watt output and it's platinum rated, is the fact that it is all of those things, but also this size. So, and by this size, I mean it's only 160mm long. If I can get it out, there you go. So if you saw that front on like that, you probably wouldn't guess that it's a 1200 watt platinum rated power supply. Very compact. Very neat. That would have gone well in that stupidly crazy home theater, well, not home theater PC build, but that crazy 18-core mini ITX tower that I built recently. Not that long ago, I unboxed the Seasonic Platinum, and I think this one is, what's this one rated? This is a 1000 watt unit, that's right. So 1000 watt unit, it's also platinum rated, but as you can see, it's a whisker longer. So there's not a whole lot in it, but you get 200 watts more output from the Enermax unit, and it is about, I'd guess 8mm shorter, but whatever. It's about a centimeter shorter, 10mm. Something else really cool about this unit is in this box here, and it is the individually sleeved cables. They're black and white, and they come with plenty of combs, so you can make a really nice, neat build with these. You don't need, you don't need to pay extra money basically for custom sleeved cables unless you want a different color, but black and white's fairly neutral and should suit most builds. So that's really cool. So It's expensive power supply for $250 US, but when you consider that it is platinum rated, it does have a 1200 watt output, and you don't need to buy custom cables, actually turns out to be remarkably good value. So I'm also keen to use this in a build, and it will be going in the same build as the all-in-one liquid cooler, which hopefully will be with that micro ATX X399 motherboard. Okay, and we have a Star Wars Lego box here. It's like Tim sent me something to unbox. Maybe he did, I don't know who this is from. But we will find out what's in it in a moment. Here we go. The MSI X399 Gaming Pro Carbon, a motherboard that I have already unboxed on Unboxing Boxes. But I'll be using, well, I'm using one of these. The last one I unboxed is for my custom PC, which I'm still working on. I'm going to paint the Cougar Conquer case and put it in that when I get time. And this one will be for a different build that I'll be featuring on the channel. And it will probably be replacing this background PC. So there'll be a new one that I'll be building for 2018. And this board will be going in it. So that's what that's all about. No need to open it and show you it all again. We've done that before. And now for the final package of this episode of Unboxing Boxes. I apologize if it's been extremely long, but I thank you if you've watched it this far. Whoop. Now I know who this was sent from, so I have a pretty good idea of what it is. But yeah, we'll see if I'm right in a moment with my suspicions. Certainly one of the coolest things I've unboxed on Unboxing Boxes. You guys have a pretty good idea of what's in here? Let's have a look. Yeah, you guys have probably heard that spiel a few times, so we won't bother with that, but at least this part is relatively unique to us. Congratulations on passing 100,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I know we did it a while ago now, and we're not too far off 200,000, which is mind-blowing. But yeah, that's crazy to actually have it officially. It's really nice, so thanks to everyone who's subscribed. Thanks to YouTube for sending this out. And yeah, that's really awesome. Really cool. I better hang this up now. And we did it. We've got 100,000 subscribers. So we have to get about 5 times more now to get another one of these. So yeah, we'll see you again sometime in the future, hopefully. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Really stoked about this. Can't wait to show Tim. Alright guys, well, as always, thank you for watching. Sorry if it did drag out a bit long, but you know, those of you who are fans of the series know that I sort of waffle on and take my time with the unboxing boxes. Yeah, we saw the Raven Ridge CPUs, tons of testing to do now. I'll spend many days of testing. I have a lot of configurations I want to test, a lot of games I want to test, a lot of stuff I want to do. So you're going to see a very comprehensive, in-depth video on release day, which will be the 12th, 1 AM for Australians on the 13th. We've got a really cool motherboard, some cool Enermax gear that I'm hopefully going to make a very cool build with, some other stuff, and of course the play button. So very exciting episode. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Hope you guys did. And on that note, I'm your host, Steve. I'll see you again soon.